It's funny because you bring up even the dates, right? So I was real estate practitioner, a transactional firm that I exited at the end of 2021, and we started having conversations every year around that August, September timeframe when people get their property tax bills in the mail. So I see a credit and a debit on the closing disclosure. The tax office says that this runs like July 1st through June 30th. Well, yeah, see, that's their fiscal year, but then there's like the calendar year, and then you get a bill and you pay your tax, right? So it's like, oh my gosh, where do the calendars end and start, right? So you bring up a great point there.
Let's not go back to the bar exam or the CPA
That's right.
exam. We'll move to greener pastures here, but yeah, we don't want to think about that
stuff. So I guess a little bit of the history here, and if you don't know much on the history of it, fine. But if you do have any knowledge, I just always am curious about the story, right? I like people's stories, where people come from, and so even rules, right? So 179D, there's a lot of things I see about like the Department of Renewable Energy and things like that in the IRS and the history of this. How long has 179D been around? Has it always been kind of there? It's just by a new name? Tell me about the history, if you could.
It's been there since 2006. So 179D, and you hear this all the time, especially when we have candidates that are running, they're looking for ways for renewable energy, for green energy. We've got global warming. I mean, this is a huge focus. How are we going to, not be so dependent on gas, all of these things. So it has been a focus for a while to try to move towards just being greener and, LEED buildings and green buildings. These things are gaining speed, takes a while. So 179D first came into play in 2006.